What's up, people? Mentality Focus podcast episode number 8. Let's talk about motivation. Motivation. Everybody wants to be motivated all the time. Everybody wants to basically that everything goes smoothly all the time. Everybody's just like working as if it's like and it should feel seamless. You're working like a machine and it all the time feels good to you. That's ultimately what everybody wants. But how do you get in such a state that you basically work up until there's basically nothing left to do? There's every you get all the work done that you had planned for the day. So let's talk about that today, because when people tell me like yeah, I need to motivate, I need a motivation, like how do I gain the motivation to get XYZ, how to get XYZ done, whatever goals people have, like how do I become motivated? you know from the previous episodes, I always emphasize exercise as for in the first place, because if you want to be motivated, you want to have all that testosterone be pumping through your veins all the time. Because if you're not in good health, you're not going to get anything done. That's just baseline. Forget about anything else if you don't even have your health in place. Like you should be having all the energy in the world if you just take proper care of yourself. So that's just base level. And from there, what what I use and what every day when I wake up is that the thought of not winning, or of possibly losing, or not getting the work done, it should haunt you all the freaking time. The fact that you're not going to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself, and that you're going to miss it, that you're going to miss those goals, that should haunt you that should haunt you the whole day. Like every hour you should think about, like, I have that mountain to climb, and I didn't take the steps. I should have set 100 steps in this hour, but I only took 70 or 80. It's like, keep up the work. Like, keep up the work. You should be good. You should always push yourself to go to the next level, and go to the and reach your goals and reach your targets. But if you're not going to push yourself, and if the thought of not getting where you want to go, if that doesn't haunt you, then of course you will not feel like, oh damn, like I need to do something. Because personally, for me, like, I do the things that I need to do. Like, for example, I in the beginning of this year, I was a freelance. Like, at the beginning of this year, I was a freelance copywriter, and there were days that I was just like, on a Saturday or a Sunday, I was just like, all the day I was just working. Some days they were like that good that I was literally not even wasting a minute. Like, that's how strong my motivation and like my work ethic was at that time. I just took my I just woke up, I took my laptop, and I was just like, all day I was just writing, sending emails, like, just doing work. The you But you only get that done if the thought of not reaching the goal, like not getting clients, or not making your business goals come true, if that doesn't haunt you, then of course there's no way that you're going to make it. So always keep that in mind, at least once a day, at least. So yeah, anything less, and what I do, like, anything that is less than a big win for me is not worth celebrating. If it's not like, oh, I had a new client, or I closed a new business deal, or I sparred against somebody that already like kicked some people's asses in the gym, like kicked my ass a month ago, but right now he's not able to because I became so much better. Unless it is like a big win, I'm not celebrating it. Of course, at the end of every day, I'm reevaluating and say, like, this day was productive, this day was good. But ultimately for me, if it's just a small win, if it's just like 1 or 2%, for me it's not relevant. I only see the mountain. I only see how where I need to go. So if it's just a small win, I'm not interested. I want to see big things like for myself. I want to do. So I have big goals for myself and big things that I want to achieve. So I only, unless it's a big step forward, for me it's not worth celebrating, and it's also not something that's that is like there's no noteworthy for me. Of course, for other people that might be like for other people that might be a massive win, and like a reason for people that is to say like whoa, that is like a big deal. But for me personally, only big wins, only big wins. And also the reason that I can do that I can do this work is that I at some point like I canceled all my subscriptions for, and Netflix is a huge one because uh, Netflix is a time waster. I at some point I never watch too much Netflix personally, but I know for other people that it's off the charts sometimes how much people they are watching. I remember it happened to me once that I was like for a week that I got hooked on one series, and I was just binge watching days and days and days and days and days. And after those days, ultimately like you finish the series and you feel just trash. It's like what a waste of time, a gigantic waste of time. It's like you have invested so much time and you have achieved absolutely nothing. You've done nothing. It's just emptiness. It's just like pissing away time for me. So that's why personally that's why I recommend everybody like if you want to achieve something, don't watch net cancel your cancel your subscription, but especially Netflix, because if you're going to be binge watching, of course, like watching something once in a while is cool, but that's not the way most people they go about it. Most people they go about it like on a Saturday or on a Sunday. The people they just watch the whole day or like 3, 4, or 5 hours. And like, oh my, I could have done so much. I could have done so much work in those in those hours. Like just like I'll keep those hours and I cancel all my subscriptions. I'm cool. Yeah, of course, the moment you're going to cancel the subscriptions, like you might have people you might have people that'll tell you like, oh well, like what are you going to do in spare time? And like I said, like it's completely cool if once in a while like you want to play, once in a while you want to watch Netflix or like play video games. Of course, but everything is in degree. Everything is in degrees. Personally, I prefer not to watch movies and like and not play any video games at all. But think ultimately if you have big dreams and big ambitions, you cannot waste your time on stuff like this. At least not so much as like at least not so much as most people do. So yes, keep it at, cancel it or keep it at a minimum. Keep it at a minimum is like the best that I'm going to give you today. So and yeah, if you want to get really motivated, what I do personally is choose the right music. And music is so powerful. I mean, music can put you in a particular music can put you in a particular state. So if you're listening to the type of music that is, for example, if I go to the gym, of course that I'm not going to listen to some country songs or something. Just give me something that prepares me for what I'm about to do, which is hard training. After a training, like I can get into the car and just listen to something relaxing. But choose music, choose music that the moment in the morning that you wake up, or before you're about to do like a particular activity, like you're going to spar with people, or you're about to work on your business or your freelancing gig. Put yourself in a particular state through music. Music is incredibly powerful. I used it like I used it myself by listening to some like listening to rap, or yeah, especially rap. Like that's a big, like that's a big one for me. That's what I personally, what I like to listen to. For other people that might be different, but choose something that motivates you, and that the moment you listen to, you're like, I want to do work, I want to do work, I want to do more work. So yeah, that's the tips that I have for people, that if you want to get unlimited motivation, these are the tips that I use. Because of course, when I was younger, and I was fat, I also had no motivation to do anything. I was just playing video games and wasting all my freaking time. But yeah, like start at like base level. Go back to the first part of the video. Base level. Start there. Get the testosterone pumping through your veins. And the second thing is, see the mountain and see the future. See the future in which you achieve these big goals, and you have something to celebrate. And see the alternative, not taking action right now. And that thought, of course, should haunt you. So do the work, and like Alan said, do the work, because the work is not going to do it by itself. Peace.